So hey guys, we're here with Michele Abbate and what are we doing? Guys, we're here with Michele, the one and only Abbate. That's not her nickname, but let's roll with it. So tell what happened? Where, what, the design
it just happened. No, okay, so if you know me personally, this is my favorite color.
Really?
So I really wanted it to be yellow and not green. Everybody thinks it's green, it's yellow.
Okay.
But I wasn't allowed to have a full yellow car because it would be kind of a distraction. So we incorporated a star in it. I like stars. And then we just really honestly just kind of messed with it a little bit. Reclaw design helped with the basic design, and then Anthony and I twitched it a little bit. And
okay.
It's just, it came out freaking sick. I'm stoked.
Yeah, I love it. It's just in your face. You can see it a mile away.
Yeah, that was the plan. And yeah, I mean, I wanted a brighter car, because the other design was awesome. I really liked it, and I thought it would be hard to top, but I don't know, it just came out so sick, and I love the IR flag, which is the infrared flag. It's a huge importance to me. Basically, it's honoring all those deployed, so when you're deployed, you always have an IR flag. It's infrared, so you can see it at night, so, if you're fighting at night, you know who's on your team and who's not.
Okay.
And our Anthony's brother Jason just came back from being deployed for almost a year, so nice. Just kind of in the sense of still running the flag, but kind of in a different way. And a lot of people don't know what the IR flag is.
So we noticed when we're looking at your suspension, it's being held by wires.
Yeah, that's the new thing, man.
Is that weight reduction or?
Yeah, so we just came off our first 2 races of the year. We won the first one, the second one we got second. And typically we send our suspension out in the off season, but there was some just a lot going on. Obviously, the cars changed, different components in the car, and so there was nothing wrong with it, but we like to get it checked. So right now it's out getting checked and is currently on its way back.
Okay, all right. So speaking of change, a little something has happened with a. I don't know if you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this right here. What are your thoughts?
I don't think it's a big deal at all. If you know anything, so Toyota is Scion, so Scion is Toyota, it's the same difference. And for us in contingency with racing, all contingency came from Toyota anyways. So you had the option of running a Scion racing banner if you had a Scion. So really and truly, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's actually probably good news. It's kind of cool that the Scion's now retired and probably will never come back. So we've got kind of I think it's a collectible, but we're probably not quite there yet. But yeah, I don't see what the big deal is because it's all the same and it comes from the same family.
Can the camera see this?
Yes, I can see.
This. I'm jealous. What happened?
So this was a very exciting partner, of course. So last year we won STU, the championship for our Majors Tour, and our car was not supercharged or anything. It was NA. And the funny part is we are still running in this same class, so that just kind of shows you what we did with what we had.
Uh-huh.
But going into it, we really want to go to runoffs, and national runoffs is in mid-Ohio this year, so it's about 2,000 miles one way. So we weren't going to go to runoffs without some kind of power, because that's why we didn't go last year. It would have been silly. We would have got stomped on. So this year we partnered with Edelbrock, which is really exciting. We submitted it for the rules of SCCA in September, and it takes months for it to get approved. So it was really it just got approved pretty much kind of in December, but officially in January. So I mean, it was literally perfect timing. And prior to, there was only one other kit that you could run, and so I wanted some variety, and this kit is it's so awesome. It's so sick, it looks good, and it's just super efficient, and we're excited to be pushing it to the front in road racing.
Nice. Have you noticed any difference driving it yet? Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, we can check it out. But yeah, no, it's a totally different car. And the power band is just a consistent power band. Delicious tuning, spent some time with the car and really dialed it in. And there's typically a dip kind of mid-range and around 4,500 RPMs, and this thing is just like a mountain, man. Just rocket shit up, and it's freaking. Perfect.
Beautiful.
It's great.
I noticed you're running the different hood now. Is this the same hood you had previously, or
same style as 2014? So we did debut the car with this hood, but this one's actually dry carbon. So the other one was wet carbon, so just your basic white carbon, low
Yeah.
Scion carbon hood, but the Supercharger added a little bit of weight to the nose of the car, and so we're trying to kind of balance. You want to balance the car as best you can. So we pulled some weight out by using the dry carbon hood, which is exciting and pretty cool actually. It's one of the few out there right now, and we just kind of want to showcase it and show what it's all about.
Do you still have the your 2015 hood?
I do. It's in that box right there.
Do you want to trade?
Yeah, right? I don't know what I want to do with that hood yet because we won the championship with it, so I kind of want to hang it up in my house.
Okay.
But we don't have a lot of money, so we might sell it. I don't know yet. So it's just sitting there for now, and future plans will happen.
So if anybody's interested.
The hood, it's the one with the big scoop on it. No.
And I noticed this one. Is this from your TC?
That is from my Mazda.
Oh, okay.
So, see in the corners it says 05 and 10. So that was 2005 to 2010, and that's literally when I first started driving. And all those people, to me, I thought did something to help me, get to where I was even in 2010. So, I decided I wanted to put it on display when I ran it, because I only ran that hood when I did like track days and stuff like that, And so I can't get rid of it, man. I just look at that thing, and there's a lot of people that are on there and still help me to this day. I mean, you see Mike McGinnis is on there. I've got a lot of people on there that still help me out. So
that's really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a tribute type thing. We got Autometer on board. We got some really awesome gauges. Autometer is I think the best in the business. When you're racing, you've gotta be able to know what your motor's doing, otherwise you might run into some issues. And if you don't have good gauges, they'll just be reading incorrectly, and we've had nothing but awesome performance with our gauges, and we've got a good variety of them in there. I think seven gauges in there. So.
Wow. That's a lot to look at.
Well, actually, these are programmable, so if something goes wrong, they turn red.
Oh, okay.
If it's all good, it's green, and if it's medium, it's white. So it's really pretty awesome. I can concentrate on driving and not looking at gauges.
So okay, how did all of this happen? Where did this I remember you posting on the Facebook group hey, I gotta sign up for us. So yeah, where did this? How did it happen?
How did I get here today this? Yeah.
Who are you?
It's a pretty crazy ride. Okay, so a little bit of explanation. So I did autocrossing from about 2004 to 2010, literally just your regional autocross, And I always wanted to race. My brother raced. My parents were like, no, you should cheerlead or dance or learn how to cook or do one of these womanly things. And I just loved racing, loved being around it. So I did it all on my daily driver, and in 2011, actually I go back to 2008, I drove for Crawford Performance in Redline Time Attack. I was in the Stage 2 STI. I'm not even sure what that means anymore. People say these stages, but I'm pretty sure it had a clutch and a flywheel and a tune, or something like that. I think it was when the Scion FRS was beginning production, back then, they started talking to Crawford. And with that came the TC program. So I raced a TC from 2000, sorry, it's hard to remember, 11, 12, and 13. And in 2011, I just did time trials because I didn't have a race license. So you have to kind of work your way up the ladder. And I finished second place in time trials. We were in TTE, it's just a classic. Pretty much a stock TC with suspension, brakes, wheels, tires, and literally that was it. So stock seat, stock everything inside, fully loaded, glass roof,
Okay.
So we did all right with that. And then in 2012, I actually hopped into Bucky Lasic's car, and that was pretty cool. So I went from a stock TC to a turbo TC, which was pretty freaking awesome. I was stoked. He went to Subaru, so the car was just kind of sitting. I didn't have anywhere to go, and Eddie Kim from Dynamic Autosports approached me, and we campaigned the TC. I think it was around 300 horsepower, and we did a Moto IQ, so I had earned my race license in the off-season between 2011 to 2012. And yeah, so I raced the TC that year. I won the championship by 1 point, which is pretty amazing. Nice. From there, I stayed with Eddie Kim, and we campaigned for a second year in the same series. I think we finished fourth. We had some issues with the car, and just it's racing, man. That happens. And so that was 2013. And then I spoke with Scion in the off season, and I said, I really want to run an FRS. That is the road racing car. I like the TC, but I want a rear-wheel drive car. I want a coupe. I want something smaller. And so this is where the story gets a little shaky, I guess you could say. So I'm not gonna name who, but I partnered with, I had a real partnership with a title sponsor, not Scion. Scion's great. Scion's great.
Scion's gone.
Well, yeah. Either way, they're great. They've always supported me. So I had another title sponsor that was going to carry me through with the new platform. Mm-hmm. And so I took my house down payment money and went and bought this car here with the understanding I would get reimbursed from the title sponsor. And so we built the car in about 6 weeks. It was ready to go for the first race of the year, and 3 days before the first race, the title sponsor said, "Never mind, we don't really want to do this, it's not our focus." And so I literally lost everything. And a lot of money was invested in time, and we had already put the cage in it, and it wasn't like, oh, I'll just sell it and get my money back. No, it was like game over. And so lots of tears, lots of heartache, a lot of not sure what's going to happen. And so what actually ended up going on was Scion wasn't able to support me as a privateer, because in the past I was driving for teams, so I didn't have any headaches. Like, it was like, oh, go to the racetrack and race,
Yeah.
And now I bought this car, and I have no sponsor, and now Toyota's backing out, and I was just like, oh my god, what did I just do? I pretty much just wasted all my money and that I saved, And thankfully, as a severance, Toyota reimbursed me for the car alone. That was it. So any modifications I did was kind of on my own, and at that point, I broke even to an extent. I mean, I had put a few thousand into it. But that's my passion, is racing, so I was like, we gotta make this work. Going into 2015, a friend of mine, Kyle Keenan, who won the national runoffs in 2014, was like, you should go to the Majors Tour. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. I always race NASA, and so I checked it out, and that's when I ran the campaign last year. I did the crowdfund campaign on Dark Horse Pros. I wanted to raise at least $10,000 to help fund the car to go to the series, and I think I raised over $15,000. And so with the help of everybody on the internet and my sponsors, of course, because they provided products, so it wasn't your traditional campaign like, go fund me, I just want to go race this car and I'm really cool. No, it was like, here's some awesome products, discounted products, and some sponsors gave me 100% of the reward and the donation and things like that. And yeah, we were like, okay, well, let's try the SCCA, and then halfway through the season we were winning it, and I'm like, we weren't going to go to Oregon and Washington because it's entirely too far. And we talked about it, and basically if we were to go to those races, we could potentially win the championship, and that's what we did. So yeah, it was a pretty phenomenal year. Rookie year in the SCCA, debut year in the Majors Tour. And then just recently I earned Driver of the Year within that region. So that was huge. That was such a surprise. I thought I was gonna get Rookie of the Year, and they gave it to this kid that had this ungodly resume. I mean, the dude been to Europe, and I was just like, oh, guess I'm not gonna get that award. And then they waited for Driver of the Year, and it was really pretty cool. So yeah, pretty awesome. And so now this year we're just defending our title in the Majors Tour.
Awesome.
So we're really just kind of doing a lot of it out of pocket. We do have help, but my message to anybody is you can do it. There's a way to do it, and yeah, you get lucky sometimes, and you get unlucky sometimes, but I'll never let this go. I was telling you earlier off camera, I can't believe this is my car. I don't feel like it's mine. I feel like we put all the work into it.
Yeah.
But I gotta give this back to somebody probably someday. And it's just super humbling, and I'm just so excited. It's just awesome.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, I got you.
That's inspirational, and it's I would okay, I don't know if I would have. I wasn't put in the situation, but I might have given up if all that happened.
I felt like that sometimes because I try to be really smart with my money. I try to save, I try to do all these things, and there was a point where I was am I doing something stupid? Am I should I not follow my dreams? And is that, do people just say that, or do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Truthfully, if I could do anything, I want to race. That's all I want to do. I don't care if I have to work 40-hour weeks or whatever. I just want to go racing, and I don't know. I'm just pursuing what I want to do, my dream, and I don't know if I'll ever make it. I hope, to the big pros and this and that, and I can't say enough about Anthony, my, crew chief and boyfriend. I'll be afraid to work on something like the fuel cell, for example. We've never done anything with fuel. Yeah, fuel safe. Yeah. Okay. So everything on this car we installed ourselves, and we learned together, and it may have taken us 4 times as long, but we've got it done. And I think that's the coolest part about this car is I didn't buy it built. I mean, we built it together, and I'll be no, you do it. I don't want to do it. I'm messed up. Yeah, like we had to cut a hole in the trunk, like, or in the floor pan. I was like, I don't want to cut it. Like you cut it. And he's like, oh, we have to cut it. So like, just it's not a big deal, And I'm just super timid on stuff like that because I tend to always break stuff or strip things, or I just get excited sometimes. So, but no, it's been a great learning experience, and it's pretty cool to just know like everything about the car. I don't know how people take not street cars, but take race cars to like race shops. Like, here, can you put this seat in for me? Like, how do you know they like did it right? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's just I think the way I was grown up, and it also helps with money because you have to pay anybody to just do it.
Yeah.
So it's been awesome. Like we grabbed the whole car ourselves both times.
Oh, I know. And I just love the fact that you guys did it on your own. It's like.
Well, you can see some issues, just like the last one, but I don't care. It's a race car. Like, we're not trying to win car shows. We might, though. We're thinking about taking this to some car shows. Because I heard there's a race car group.
What?
I think. A category? I heard? I don't know.
Makes sense.
You probably know more than I do. I never...
Well, I know of, like, show race cars who've never touched track.
Yeah, yes. I'm very familiar with those.
Alright, so tell me, what is GUR Racing?
Cool, yeah. GUR Racing. My shirt, sticker. So, basically... Forever, my whole entire life, I'd always make this GUR face, just because that's what I do.
Can you show it?
So a lot of people put too much effort into it. They're like, it's like, no, just a little GUR is good, But GUR is the little cheetah guy. I mean, he's not on here right now, but he's on my shirt. Boom. Oh, that's GUR. It's pretty much my company. Actually based off of aggressive marketing, but it's spelled wrong. So. Aggressive marketing.
Oh, okay.
And what I do and what we do is create sponsorship decks. So what that's for is racing, for athletes, for any kind of show car, just to help people approach companies to ask for help. Because I found in my racing career that I never knew what that was. I didn't know what a sponsorship deck was. Sienna had asked me for one, and I'm like, a what? I was like, a deck? I don't know. Like, what is that? And so. So I started the company last year, and it's right now it's kind of a side job, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun to help people get to learn their stories, put it on a document that they can share. It's very professional, and so.
So if someone was interested in your company,
yes.
Where would they go to get information?
GURmarketing.com. That's my website.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have a Facebook. I know my website's being currently worked on right now, so it might be down. But you can also it's really easy to find me. I mean, you can just type it in and you'll find me. Pretty much Facebook is probably the easiest way because it actually notifies me on my phone. And it doesn't notify me on my personal one. So if you're really trying to reach me, just notify me on my athlete page, which is my name with the one, Michele Abbate. Facebook/Michele Abbate, or Instagram. It's all the same. Okay. But yeah, hit me up, help you out. I do specials every once in a while on pricing, but yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. Met a lot of really cool people and helped a lot of people out too. So.
Awesome. Anything you want to say before we sign off?
I just always like to say thank you. I got a lot of thank yous to do, always do, and I always manage to forget somebody every time. But I'll do my best, okay? So here we go. Big thank you to Edelbrock, of course, and Delicious Tuning. They've been huge partners ever since we've got the new components on the car. Delicious Tuning has been with me forever, since Crawford days. They just weren't them then. Seabone Carbon for helping us out with the new component. Very expensive piece, but very practical, functional, and awesome. Feel Safe for our awesome fuel cell, which we'll probably show you a little bit later. It's an awesome unit, and it's exactly what we needed. It really balanced the car out, which is pretty cool too, because the tank in this car, sorry, I'm such a chatty catty. The tank in the car is actually underneath the rear seats. So it's actually in a great spot, very low center of gravity, but for whatever reason, when we moved it to the back, it really balanced the car out, especially with the Supercharger, because it kind of makes the car a lot, 50-50, closer to it. So yeah, Feel Safe's been great. Autometer hopped on board, and we're, like I said, more than happy to have their gauges. It's so much better to just be able to drive and maybe see a light, which we haven't seen a red light yet, which is awesome. Try to keep all the red lights off. What else we got? Wedsport really helped us out this year. Obviously, we've got some good signage on the car. We're running the TC105Ns, the lightest wheel they have, great for racing.
They look good too.
Thank you. Yeah, the Weds is great. They're awesome. I just actually put some on my street car, and I'm in love with it. Let's see, who else? Sure, we'll have to look at the top. Repla Design for sure. Action Sports canopies. I don't know if you've seen a picture of our pit setup. It's got these awesome custom canopies with flags. They can do whatever you want, any kind of print, logo, colors. I mean, they even got the yellow color, which a lot of people say they can't do. It was such a headache. Like, I won't name any companies, but a lot of companies are like, no, we're not going to help you out with that because it'll fade. And like, the car only sees the sun like 20 hours a year probably on the racetrack, you know, or if that much. So, yeah, Action Sports canopies can make canopies and they're freaking sweet looking. What else? Big thank you to Anthony Filio, my crew chief and boyfriend. He is really the heart and soul of this team, and I don't think he ever gets enough credit. So he's put a lot of blood, a lot of sweat, and I don't think I've ever seen him cry, but he's just done a whole lot, and we've learned together. And so a huge thank you to him. His brother Jason, who, like I said, has just been come back from deployment, and it will hopefully be with us every race of the year this year, which is cool because he was only able to make one last year, right in the beginning, or 2 years ago, right at the beginning of the season. He was gone for the rest of the races. So Jason's awesome. My friends, my family. Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I'm just truly humbled to be who I am and what we're doing, and like we're sitting in my garage. Like I don't have a big shop. Like it's just really pretty cool, and I hope that I inspire some people to follow their dreams.
Yeah, you inspired us.
Yay! Awesome.
So yeah, I'm Jeff. This is Michelle, and thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Cut. I don't know if you know this, but recently I've taken off my Lexus badges.
Okay.
And I'm going for a new look, new theme this year, and I've got a concept here.
Okay.
So this is kind of like it's like the hate to love ratio is 1 to 1.
Okay.
Should we ask her?
I noticed the what should I call it? The waves you created when you did that Lexus badge. Yeah.
So this might be a little worse. And
Okay.
I want your true, honest opinion
All
on
right.
this. You hate it, love it. All right. It's gonna be a surprise.
Oh, okay.
But this is a concept of it right now.
Okay. I think that's pretty sweet. I dig that. Yeah, I dig that.
She's a fan.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping I'm getting.
So now I'll probably gain haters, maybe.
No, you never
I'm just
know.
kidding.
Might also get a new audience too.
This is true. Okay.
But we're trying to reveal it in a couple weeks.
Awesome. I look forward to it. That'll be